Okay, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to think outside the box here today. We're going to go about it a little differently. We're going to try to do some character building, some personality breaking, some, new ways of going about it. I'm going to work on my delivery here, the whole robot aspect of it. While I cannot confirm nor deny the level of robotics present among my existence here, I can try to go about making this a little more entertaining, right? The whole video is just me like talking about lines and rectangles, graphs, triangles, numbers, all these different values. You just, having a strategy makes trading rather simple because you just wait for your parameters to be met in your strategy and you act accordingly. So it's a whole lot of rinse and repeat here, but we try to keep it entertaining. We try to keep it going, keep the fire flaming and the boats rowing. My new album is dropping February 32nd. Also, Indonesia is likely to implement a 0.1% taxation rate on capital gains from Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because Indonesia does not recognize cryptocurrency as currency. It's recognized as something else. Therefore, it undergoes a different tax protocol. So while lots going on in the crypto sphere here, recently as well, the 19 millionth Bitcoin has been mined, leaving only 2 million left. We are running out of Bitcoin. Granted, it will take a little over 100 years to mine those remaining, couple million left. But at this stage in the game, with such minimal adoption, frankly, compared to global adoption and the price of Bitcoin as it currently stands, I do believe 6 to 7 figures is far more reasonable here for Bitcoin, in my opinion, with all of the institutional activity we've been seeing here on the channel, talking about some very intense governing bodies and multi-billion-dollar conglomerate companies getting involved in blockchain technology left, right, and center in one way or another. So I find it very difficult to be bearish on cryptocurrency currently, but feelings and opinions don't matter. We always go with the flow of the confirmations, and watch out for EngineeringRobo. Drop a like on the video if you like the video. Really helps out the channel a lot, helps out with the YouTube algorithm, which has been wrecking us lately. And be sure to subscribe with notifications. Now, Cardano here. We have been invested ever since bullish parameters met from EngineeringRobo. We were able to put 50% into Cardano on the 27th of March, and we've been patiently waiting for further bullish parameters to be met here. We need daily candles opening and closing above the descending trend line to put 30% into Cardano. And then once we have daily candles opening and closing above $1.31, confirming it as support, we can then put our 20% support-based ratio in at that level. Currently, it is resistance until confirmed otherwise. At the moment, during this range of sideways here, we are in the midst of potentially printing a lower high relative to a swing high on the 8th of February. At the moment, that is going to be a rather key level here that I would like to see a higher high relative to become more short-term bullish on this break upward here. At the moment, with heavy sell pressure overhead, resistance currently, this retest of the $1.05 level is looking a little more likely. So watch out for increased volatility here in the immediate short term as an impulse move is pending. Currently, only the buy for and golden cross have been confirmed. Previous instances with this combination of robo advisors have seen the super buy giving us assistance as well. So at the moment, this is, potentially a contributing factor to why we are undergoing so much short-term sideways here before we make the move upward. If we had that super buy in play, then we could, get more confident on some aggressive upside. But at the moment, we are patiently waiting for further price action here. With the super buy and buy for back in July, your investment into Cardano experienced 142% in gains. A previous instance where we had the super buy for, and golden cross combination roughly 4,000 years ago. Back in November of 2020, we have the super buy and buy for, suggesting upside, and your investment into Cardano experienced 1,300% in gains before technically bearish parameters were met throughout April there, and you were suggested to capitalize on 981% ROI with bearish parameters met from EngineeringRobo here. So I do believe bullish upside is awaiting Cardano. However, we are under the influence of some very strong resistance at the moment, and after 1,300% in gains, some extended sideways or downside is to be expected to allow for continued gains, as that was a very aggressive amount of upside in relatively a short amount of time here. This is crypto, so things move rather quickly, whereas in other markets, you're looking at single-digit percentages in the same amount of time. Watch out for abrupt changes in momentum throughout the crypto market. Let me know down below your thoughts on Cardano currently. So the Indonesian government is reportedly planning to charge a 0.1% capital gains tax on crypto investments, as well as a value-added tax on digital assets transactions starting on the 1st of May. According to a report, a spokesperson for Indonesia's tax office said the country will be imposing income tax and VAT on crypto assets because they are a commodity as defined by the Trade Ministry and not a currency. The government is still reportedly considering how to implement such taxes, but legislation passed in response to the international debacle laid the groundwork for collecting revenue on cryptocurrency transactions. Crypto transactions in the country reached roughly $5.8 billion. In addition, there are roughly 12.4 million crypto holders. Bitcoin and crypto holders increasing, adoption increasing, the price increasing. I do believe, this is yet another contributing factor to why I think some very bullish upside is ahead for us on the sort of final blast here. Bitcoin has been around for, over 10 years now, and the world is only finally opening up to it, and it's already been $70,000 at all-time highs, and I do believe, the world will be hit with a six-figure Bitcoin eventually here, in my opinion, within this year. However, only when the world is ready, not a moment sooner. Let me know down below your thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto, if you're bullish or bearish here, selling under extreme fear or diamond hands. We have Bitcoin just aggressively bullish here, rebounding ever so delicately off of the $44,000 level. Currently interacting with resistance, it would appear forming between $46,000 and $47,000 per Bitcoin. Never fear, though, downside and sideways is very bullish for any uptrend. And as we visualized in a previous analysis, this sort of range here was resistance, it would appear, ever since falling into it throughout the beginning of January. We've had several rejections off of this level, and it would appear finally throughout March we have broken above it, and we are currently reconfirming previous resistance as support. So as long as we are holding this range, we can kind of, remain more short-term bullish here and anticipate continued upside toward my local resistance level waiting for us. $58,202 per Bitcoin as a level where you are suggested to potentially take profits, because we have been buying ever since my support level. However, we always remain 50% invested until EngineeringRobo suggests bearish price action. So, nothing wrong with taking profits. There's always a benefit to capitalizing on upside. However, we let the trade ride until EngineeringRobo suggests us to fly. So we invested 20% at my support level back in January, $34,655 per Bitcoin, smelling like a bottom forming at the moment. We invested 50% when the buy for and moon was reconfirmed throughout the beginning of March, and that remaining 30% went into Bitcoin on the 23rd of March when the daily candle opened and closed above the descending trend line. We keep it simple. I personally am a, big fan of the support and resistance strategy. You can look at a chart a billion and two different ways. However, I do believe no matter how unique a trader's strategy would be, I find one way or another you are implementing support and resistance somehow, whether it be along the X axes, Y or Z axes. Support and resistance is everywhere and nowhere. But So still, $175,000 per Bitcoin is where the FOMO zone begins. We may fly up into it, experience $200,000 per Bitcoin, very much possible. However, as soon as we get above 175 at the moment, you are heavily considered, you are heavily suggested to be taking profit at that level. I would highly consider capitalizing on some of these gains because you've been investing ever since the fear zone here back in 2020, roughly 4,000 years ago. Price action has proceeded to experience like 10x in gains since that time, and we have yet to interact with the FOMO zone. So, in my opinion, we are bound to reach it at some point here, and that would be a much more reasonable top rather than current levels where we are near a very elementary form of support. We're very close to the fear zone, and we are on the brink of an upward breakout from a year-long range of sideways 10x in gains, a year of sideways, continuation toward resistance. In my opinion, it's very hard to be bearish on Bitcoin. We are under extreme fear here currently. It would appear the traders selling, or that have been ever since the beginning of 2022, are the same traders that were buying in the beginning of 2021. So, it is paper hands affecting the price at the moment, and it would appear institutional accumulation and activity is what is currently, fueling this upward trajectory that I do believe is forming. But we always go with the flow of the abrupt changes in momentum throughout crypto. We utilize the fear and FOMO zone for longer term entries and exits. So watch out for that elusive six-figure target. We will eventually reach there. However, only when the world is ready, not a moment sooner. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my analysis. Check out EngineeringRobo for free with the link in the description, and subscribe here on YouTube and tune in for the next one.